let's check in with our friend Lucien Engelen, who is joining us live from the Netherlands to give us his insights. Lucien, I don't know if you can see that video, but we're having a lot of fun here. Are you having just as much fun over there?
I'm having fun over here as well, absolutely, as you can imagine. Yes, sure it is.
Good.
I haven't seen the video yet, but I can imagine what happens. And the other thing is also, there was some kind of snoring noise yesterday over here that was either of you guys having that midday nap, or maybe it's the neighbor. That could be as well, obviously, the case. And the Alexa in my office made an alarm that was set by you, Rachel, after that kind of... So, yeah, again, having
Good.
fun, and it shows. And Chris, keep the crown, please do.
He's permanently got a crown on his head, I think, Lucien.
And he should, of course. And you know, Rachel, content-wise, I liked the caring of the future healthcare provider session. We need to incorporate digital in every aspect of education and training, but we also have to be and make sure that there's no digital literacy also in current workforce. Med school, nursing school, masterclasses, conferences. You know, in the Netherlands, 1 in 10 workers in elderly care and 1 in 20 in curative care is not capable of coping with all this digital technology. And for that, in 2015 at Radboud University, we've changed the curriculum for med students. But we also have to be honest. Next year, the first one will graduate. So we have to leave no one behind in the end of the day. We should be on top of mind of executive policymakers and governments. And as Chris rightfully said, measuring is a thing in healthcare. We need to be mindful of what and why we measure. And sometimes we measure for years and just bluntly have forgotten why. And sometimes asking that question is also needed. If it makes no sense to you, ask. Let it explain to you, and maybe nobody knows anymore. And there's a chance to skip that. And I also heard that many speakers were talking about the user interface that often makes no sense anymore. And I thought for long that the user interface of how we work in healthcare was broken. But recently, I've been inspired by the poem of Amanda Gorman at the President Biden inauguration. So now I think the user interface is not broken, it's just unfinished. We have to adapt and listen to users. And what I liked very much was also the interview with Richard Isaacs of Kaizers about the topic of transformation, why Kaiser, by the way, always has been at the forefront of telehealth, up to 50% of all their visits, expressing also how you just have to do it and learn by doing. So I think in the end of the day, I've seen tons of interesting stuff. I've also turned to HIMSS TV with Kate, interviewing Philips' new strategy and innovation officer, Shes Partovi, where he was making the point that data alone has no real meaning unless you have a number of data points that turn into a trend. And if you next learn that the patient has diabetes, then you have knowledge. And that's where many of us are right now. The next plateau is being able to predict when the patient will develop problems, so predictalytics. And in my opinion, after that comes the prescriptalytics phase. So great learnings and great golden nuggets yesterday, Rachel.
Yes, and give us quickly what you are most looking forward to today. What's the one topic or person you're hoping to hear from today, Lucien?
Yeah, a couple. My big friend Shafi Ahmed with his balanced vision of the healthcare, where it's heading with virtual reality, augmented reality. And he's kicking off a whole array of interesting speakers, many of which are my friends, so I'm biased. He's, by the way, proud of his son starting med school at Manchester University now this next semester. And being from Europe, I'm also looking to the Global Data Revolution session with Bert Verdonk of Philips Gaia X and others. And lastly, my sister from another mother, Zena Kayat from Canada, who expated with a whole family in the Netherlands and worked a whole year in my innovation team. She will be talking about aging well in the digital world. And she, by the way, has seen more of Europe in 1 year than the most of us have seen in a whole lifetime. Back to you, Rachel.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lucien. We're all looking forward to that as well. We appreciate your time and enjoy your day.